Imagine this. You are at your best friend's wedding, surrounded by joy, music, and laughter. Everyone is sharing heartfelt toasts, and you are caught up in the moment, chuckling at a funny story. Then, out of nowhere, that dreaded feeling hits, a sudden, urgent need to rush to the bathroom, and you are not sure you will make it in time. Or perhaps you are the woman who mentally maps out every restroom in the mall before you even step inside. Or who hesitates to let out a full, hearty laugh, fearing an embarrassing accident. If this feels all too familiar, you are not alone. And I have something crucial to share. Doctors are stunned to reveal that 6 everyday habits, things you might be doing right now, could be silently worsening your bladder control. And one of them is something most women think is actually healthy. Habit 1, drinking too much caffeine. Ellen, a vibrant 69-year-old, cherishes her morning ritual. Every day, she brews a bold pot of coffee, savoring 2 steaming mugs while flipping through her favorite magazine, basking in the quiet before the world wakes up. It is her moment of calm, her sacred start, but by late morning, Ellen is darting to the bathroom, sometimes 4 times before noon. A quick errand to the bakery turns into a race to locate the nearest restroom. Social outings, like her gardening club, come with a nagging worry about making it through without a frantic exit. What Ellen does not realize is that her beloved coffee is not as innocent as it seems. Caffeine plays a sneaky double game with your bladder. First, it acts like a diuretic, ramping up your kidneys to produce more urine, filling your bladder faster than usual. Second, it is a stimulant, making your bladder jittery and overreactive, like a spring coiled too tight. 1 minute you feel fine. The next, you are gripped by an urgent need to go, with no warning. It is like adding fuel to a fire you did not even know was burning. Many women, especially as we age, lean on coffee for a morning boost, thinking it is just what they need to power through. But that jolt of energy often comes with a hidden cost: bladder spasms, sudden orgasm, and even leaks. So, what is the fix? Try easing back to 1 small cup of milder coffee in the morning, savoring it slowly. Better yet, consider swapping 1 mug for a soothing herbal tea. Peppermint is refreshing, or hibiscus offers a tart, comforting warmth. Both are free of caffeine and kind to your bladder. This simple tweak lets you keep your morning ritual without setting off a chain reaction of bathroom trips. It is a small change, but the difference it makes can feel like a weight lifted, letting you move through your day with ease and confidence. Habit 2, holding it in too long. Meet Clara, a lively 70-year-old who adores her daily knitting circle and evening strolls with her golden retriever. Clara has a habit she calls bladder toughening. She believes that by delaying her trips to the bathroom, she is training her bladder to hold more, like building stamina for a marathon. So, she waits. She waits while sipping her morning tea, scrolling through her tablet. She waits during her chats at the grocery store. She waits until the urge feels almost unbearable, thinking this will make her stronger. But here is the truth Clara does not know. Holding your urine too long is not a strength-building exercise. It is actually harming your bladder. Your bladder is a muscle, like the ones in your arms or back. When you force it to stretch beyond its natural limit, it becomes overworked and confused. It starts sending urgent signals at the worst moments or fails to signal until it is too late. The pelvic floor muscles, those unsung heroes keeping everything in place, grow tired under the strain. This leads to leaks, not because you are weak, but because you are putting your body through unnecessary stress. Many women think holding it in proves control, that it is a smart way to manage their day, but control comes from working with your body, not against it. So, what can you do? It is simple. Set a gentle reminder on your phone for every 2 to 3 hours. Go to the bathroom calmly, not when you are desperate, but as a regular, predictable routine. This helps your bladder find its natural rhythm again. Easing those sudden waves of urgency, it is not about reacting to panic. It is about creating calm, consistent breaks your body can rely on. This small shift can feel like a game changer, giving you back the confidence to enjoy your day without worry. Habit 3, poor posture. Meet Rose, a spirited 73-year-old who loves her evenings, curled up with a good mystery novel and a cup of chamomile tea. After retiring, she has settled into her favorite armchair, soft and inviting, where she sinks deep, legs stretched out, shoulders slouched. Lost in the pages of her book, it feels like the ultimate comfort, a well-earned reward after a busy life. But lately, Rose has noticed something unsettling. Small leaks during her reading time, or a sudden urge to rush to the bathroom that catches her off guard. She thought it was just her body aging, maybe tied to that extra sip of tea. But the real culprit is not what she is drinking. It is how she is sitting. When you slouch or sink too deeply into a chair, it might feel relaxing, but it puts sneaky pressure on your bladder. That cozy, slump posture squashes your abdomen, pressing down on your bladder and throwing your pelvic floor muscles out of alignment. Those muscles, the ones that keep everything in check, get stretched and weakened, making it harder for them to hold strong when you laugh, cough, or stand up quickly. It is not about being careless or lazy. It is about how comfort can sometimes trick your body into working against itself. We are often told to kick back and unwind, but for your bladder, that kind of relaxation can come at a cost. So, what can you do? Start sitting with intention. Grab a small cushion to tuck behind your lower back for support. Keep your feet flat on the floor, knees bent at a gentle 90 degrees, and your spine straight but not stiff. Shoulders relaxed, pelvis balanced, not tipped too far one way or the other. This posture lifts the pressure off your bladder and lets your pelvic floor do its job properly. You do not need to sit like you are in a boardroom. Just make mindful tweaks while enjoying your novel or watching your favorite show. These small adjustments can ease that constant tension, helping you feel steadier and more in control, so you can savor your downtime without worry. Habit 4, overhydrating. Meet Grace, a lively 75-year-old who takes her wellness seriously. Her doctor once stressed the importance of staying hydrated, and Grace embraced it fully. She carries a sleek water bottle everywhere, sipping constantly, aiming for 10 to 12 glasses a day, from sunrise to sunset. She is drinking during her morning yoga, while tending her flower garden, even while catching up with friends over lunch. But alongside her commitment to hydration, Grace has noticed a troubling pattern. Sudden leaks disrupt her walks, and she wakes up 3 or 4 times a night, racing to the bathroom. At first, she thought it was just part of getting older, that her body was slowing down. But the real issue lies in her water habit. Drinking plenty of water is vital, especially as we age. But too much, too fast can overwhelm your bladder. Think of your bladder as a small reservoir, not an endless lake. When you flood it with large amounts of water in one go, it cannot keep up, sending frantic signals before you are ready. Or worse, leaking before you can react. It is not about weakness. It is about overload. Many of us have heard the mantra that more water equals better health, pushed by wellness trends and fitness gurus. But for older women, balance is key. Too much water can dilute essential nutrients and exhaust your bladder, forcing it to work overtime. So, what is the solution? Aim for 6 to 8 cups of water daily, adjusted for your activity and climate. The trick is to sip slowly throughout the day, not chug a big glass all at once. Spread it out. A little with breakfast, some mid-morning, a bit after lunch. And here is a golden tip. Ease off on liquids 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. This small change can cut down those nighttime dashes, letting you sleep deeper and wake refreshed. Grace tried this, shifting from constant gulping to steady sipping. And within days, her leak lessened. Her confidence soared. It is a gentle adjustment that keeps you hydrated without pushing your bladder past its limits, so you can enjoy your day with peace and poise. Habit 5. Ignoring constipation. Meet Helen, a warm-hearted 80-year-old who loves baking cookies for her grandkids and tending to her cozy vegetable patch. For months, Helen has been dealing with irregular digestion, days of feeling sluggish and bloated, followed by moments of relief, only for the cycle to repeat. She shrugs it off as just another quirk of aging, nothing to fuss over. But then her bladder started misbehaving. Sudden leaks when she bends to pull weeds, a heavy, pressing sensation in her pelvis, or close calls where she barely makes it to the bathroom. Helen thought maybe she was sipping too much lemonade. But the real trouble was brewing next door, in her digestive system. Here is what most people miss. When your bowels are backed up, they do not just cause discomfort, they push against your bladder like an uninvited guest. This pressure muddles the bladder's signals, making it act out with urgency or leaks at the worst times. Your pelvic floor muscles, already juggling so much, get caught in the chaos, struggling to keep everything in place. It is like a crowded room where one problem bumps into another, creating a domino effect. Many assume constipation is just a minor stomach issue, separate from the rest of the body, but your pelvic region is a shared space where one organ's struggle ripples to the others. So, how can you tackle this? Start with small, practical steps. Boost your fiber with tasty choices like juicy apples, sweet potatoes, or leafy kale. Sip water steadily, not too much, not too little, to keep things moving. Add a brisk 15-minute walk after dinner to gently wake up your digestion. And here is a clever trick. Place a low stool under your feet when you use the toilet. It lifts your knees, eases your pelvic muscles, and makes bowel movements smoother. No strain needed. Helen gave this a try, tweaking her meals, strolling in the evening, and using that stool. Not only did her digestion find its rhythm, but her bladder settled down too. It is a quiet change that brings loud relief, helping you move through your day with lightness and confidence. Habit 6. Skipping pelvic floor exercises. Meet Vivian, a spirited 78-year-old who has always been the backbone of her family, hosting Sunday dinners and knitting blankets for every new baby in the neighborhood. She is tough, independent, and not one to dwell on personal discomforts. When it comes to bladder leaks, Vivian has brushed them off as just another part of growing older, something to handle with extra pads tucked in her bag and a quick change of clothes on standby. Pelvic floor exercises, or Kegels as some call them, always made her chuckle. That is not for me, she would say, dismissing them as unnecessary fuss. But as the years passed, the leaks grew more frequent, stealing her ease during card games or choir practice. Then, a nurse at her annual checkup asked a simple question: "Are you strengthening your pelvic floor?" That sparked a shift. Here is the key. Vivian did not know. Your pelvic floor is a group of muscles, just like those in your shoulders or thighs. If you do not use them, they weaken, losing their ability to support your bladder when you need it most. Like when you sneeze, lift a grocery bag, or burst into laughter. A common myth is that once you hit a certain age, it is too late to make a difference. That leaks are just your new normal. But that is far from true. These muscles can grow stronger at any age, even in your 70s, 80s, or beyond, with noticeable changes in just weeks. So, what can you do? Start with simple Kegels. Gently squeeze the muscles you would use to pause your urine mid-flow. Hold for a few seconds. Then release. Repeat in short sets a few times a day, maybe while brewing your morning tea, waiting at a stoplight, or winding down with a podcast. You can also try guided pelvic floor exercises through apps or online videos designed for seniors, offering easy routines to follow at home. Vivian gave it a go, starting with 5 minutes daily. Over time, her leaks faded, her poise returned, and that lingering worry lifted. It is a small effort that builds big results, empowering you to move through life with strength and assurance. Knowing your body is still capable of remarkable change, let us pause and reflect on today's insights. These 6 habits are not about fault, but about nurturing your body with care. First, holding urine too long. Thinking it strengthens when it stresses your bladder. Second, too much caffeine. Sparking urgency, not calm. Third, slouching, pressing your bladder unnoticed. Fourth, overdrinking water, overloading your system. Fifth, ignoring slow digestion, crowding your pelvic space. Sixth, skipping pelvic floor exercises, believing it is too late. When every effort counts, you do not need to change everything now. Try one tweak, like sipping water slowly or doing Kegels during tea time, and feel your confidence grow. Those moments of worry, the rushed bathroom trips, they do not define you. You are strong, resilient, and not alone. Let us create a community to share and support. Comment below. Which habit surprised you? Or share a small victory. If this helped, please subscribe. We seek courage and joy in aging gracefully. Thank you for being here. You deserve to live boldly. Until next time, this is your wellness guide, signing off with warmth